Welcome everybody to Daytona. My name's Warren Keith here on WKK3, and tonight we're trying something new. You might have seen that I've been commentating some of the end of the Flying Aces YouTube channel videos for just a little bit. Now, we're going to be doing it here at Daytona in the Xfinity cars, and a little bit different. Now, not MRN style, this is going to be a proper broadcast, so let's be ready for that. Got cars gridding on the grid now. You see all of the cars on the grid. I'm going to put that back up there one more time. Chad Denton on pole, Marcus Adams second, third Bryson Fitzgerald, fourth Joey Kennedy Sr., and your run back the 12th place behind that. And just getting used to the new stuff here. Got SDK helping us out on the broadcast tonight with all their beautiful things and toys and whistles, so you'll be seeing a couple new things here tonight, as that's your top 12 rundown. We'll go ahead and put the ticker up, and top of the board will be where everyone is starting tonight as the pace car begins to roll here at Daytona. See here, we got 120 laps on the board tonight. As I'm actually going to go in iRacing real quick and turn down the sound just a bit on these engines. They're a bit loud. Don't want them killing you. Alright, here we go. See, I told you, everything's a bit new tonight. I'm just trying to get used to everything, but as the race goes on, I'm sure we'll get used to it all and be ready to roll on that end. One pace lap tonight as we get ready to go green here at Daytona. Everyone lining up quite nicely. Chad Denton, your pole sitter. He'll be the first man out of the bullet, out of the gun at Daytona. Like I said, 120 laps of action tonight. This is the Flying Aces YouTube channel Xfinity EARNHARDT split. There's two splits. There's EARNHARDT and Petty. But with the starting lineup in this split, it is going to be probably the best race of the night in those two splits. Pace car hits the deck. We're getting ready to go green here at Daytona. Chad Denton hits the gas, and we're underway here at Daytona for 120 laps of action. Out of turn 4, they come for the first time, and, well, your leader at the start of the race, it's not going to be your leader at the line. It's going to be Bryson Fitzgerald in an 8 car, followed by Jordan Berry in the 32. And this is where we're going to start to see the 2x2. Can they get it going? As Bryson Fitzgerald gets a nice little gap there down the front straightaway. Oh, that was just because Berry flinked out, but we'll see if that high side can get going. We know a few drivers wanted to drop to the back tonight to limit exactly what they were going to feel tonight as they head down the back straightaway once again. See him back there just fanning out a bit. Everyone trying to keep it easy. We saw in the truck race a couple nights ago that, you know, everyone wanted to get little lined up, little itsy-bitsy at the front of the field. And that's when the big ones started to happen early in that race. Took out a good point of the field. Do have one fast repair tonight. That's one thing we need to keep in touch and in mind as the field comes back into the tri-oval once again to complete lap 3 of 120. Leader at the line was Bryson Fitzgerald, followed by Josh Berry. Chad Denton is your top 3. as they rocket back into the banking in turn 1 once again. Utilizing a couple camera angles tonight, we have 3 TV angles. We got one atop the big tower on the front straightaway. Basically a spotter cam as they roar down the back straightaway. That's a good shot right there. A good idea as Josh Berry still blinking just a bit. See, that's a good view. And this is the view I use when I spot. For people at home that want to know, this is the view I use. So pretty realistic and pretty interesting to see the runs materialized on the back straightaway as they come off turn 4. Ooh, that 23 car really looking to make a move there. Now, with the custom numbers, it's going to be tough for me to realize who's who at the beginning, as I believe that might be Kevin Orlando in that 23 car. As they go towards turn 1 yet again. Back of the field is starting to single file out just a bit. There's Matt Coker. Just riding by in this time. We know he's one of those drivers who could really just, take a load off. Really try to make his way through this field late in the race as J.W. Sawyer's down at the bottom of the racetrack. He'll fall to the back. Probably seen something he doesn't like up there. I see the battle for 13th. That's the relative. See J.W. falling back little by little. As they come off turn 4 to complete another lap, all of the story is at the front of the field as they rocket through the tri-oval once again. And back towards turn 1. Bryson's been able to control this bottom line better than we've seen most drivers in the past. Well, in the Xfinity car, you can kind of do it just as better as the Truck Series, but this Xfinity car can be very touch and go when it comes to the blocking. These runs, when they materialize big, as we have a couple drivers hitting the deck down the back straightaway. Back into turn 3, the front 5 now have gone single file. Make that top 6 single file through the banking in the east side of the track. Turns 3 and 4. Now make that about the top 15, top 16. Well, I say that in second place goes for the move. That's Volhemus on the outside. He's going to get a push from Chad Denton down towards turn 1 yet again. 2x2 at the front of the field. And we're going to see that all night long. It's this 2x2. Can you get the tandem to work and shoot the outside? Because if you don't get it to work, that inside line starts to form up. And then all of that momentum, as that plane lands in the background, all of that momentum you gained is now gone. But that high side starting to get reorganized down into the east banking. 79, 17, 18. And now add another car to the back end of that as they head through the banking in 3 and 4. And now we're back to 2x2 as most of the field behind them have started the single file out. Coming out of the trial, well, it looks like everyone's just trying to take it easy here. Take their nice sweet time as we put the manufacturers that are in the race tonight up underneath the drivers' names as they come off turn 2. And we kind of saw this in the truck race start to materialize late in that race, that everyone wanted the single file out and get it done. And then lap cars. Yes, lap cars became the problem late in that one. Will they become the problem tonight? Still too early to call, still too early to see. But knowing how these super speedway races go, very well possibly could be a lap car incident-filled race late in this one. Field rolls through the tri-oval once again, as now the top 4 have began to single file out once again as they're approaching a lap car on the bottom of the racetrack ahead of them. As they soar through the western banking, once again the high side starting to fall off a bit. We've seen the inside line start to materialize a bit more off turn 2. And now it's about 6 cars on the bottom as one car moves to the high side. I believe that was the 24 of Cameron Sarton. As they rocket down the back straightaway, will he get a nice bump draft into turn 3 from Volhemus? Looks like he will. And it looks like he'll keep that momentum up through 3 and 4 and work his way back to the third place car on the inside line. Through the tri-oval once again, lap 9 got to be on the books here. And this is where everything starts to come together. As they roll through 1 and 2, yet again, lap car going to stay high. And the field's going to work their way underneath, and that's a 3 car. We're going to see who that is. I believe that's Christopher Carter. Indeed it is Christopher Carter on the back straightaway. He'll let most of the drivers go to the inside there as we go on board with him. And, you know, this is where you need to really start to show what you've got and play your game, if you will. And if you're a lap down already, that's not what you want, especially in this race. You know, this is a long race. You want to be able to stay within the pack, but you'll be the only car a lap down. Odds are you'll get that free pass. As they come through the banking once again. Maybe a problem for Bob Fitzgerald. Have to wait and see. Getting some indications that he might have came back up on the track just a bit. Let's see what that's about. Don't think we're going to get a good replay of that. Oh, indeed we did. He missed the pit lane. Wow. So Bob Fitzgerald missing something in the trial. He'll go into his pit box, and he'll have it parked there, and he'll get tires. So that's going to be a penalty, probably for Bob Fitzgerald. Wouldn't be surprised if he did get a penalty from that. Let's go back live off turn 2. No relation with the Fitzgeralds at the front of the field, so don't worry about that. But odds are that will be a penalty for that driver. As now we're at the front of the field, and we have double wide once again. So the drivers that are in the back of the field are really starting to single file out, but at the front of the field, we're starting to see a different ball game start to form. You see the double wide, 2 packs, and some tandem drafting now at the front. This is where it's going to get dicey. Do you tandem draft early and try to make up your way here? Or do you try to just play it cool and lay off the bumper? We know these cars can overheat pretty easy. And obviously we're going to transition to tonight, which is going to make it a little bit easier to tandem draft late in the race. As they head down the back straightaway. Should battle for first at the bottom right hand of the screen. And that's just going to jambalaya all lap as they're going to try to go 3 wide for second place. Highly advise that. And they settle it back down to 2 wide off the banking. And in the trial to complete yet another lap. Blinker in the back there. Just going to double check if we're live or not on the iRacing screen. Oh, yeah, we are. Just want to double check that because sometimes iRacing likes to play games. Through the banking once again in 1 and 2. And you just see at the bottom right just how much the positions change every second here at Daytona. Not wasting a single second on that bottom right. And you see they're going to catch Jordan Berry. He's 22 seconds ahead of this field. He's the first car a lap down other than Christopher Carter. Right now he'll have the lucky dog spot. And we're just waiting for that stage break. I believe it is around lap 30 we're going to get that stage break. Double check that real quick. Yep, 30 and 60 are stage breaks tonight. So just waiting to get the lap 30. We're only halfway through stage 1 tonight. As they come off turn 2. 1 car dropping to the bottom. See who that is as they come down the back straightaway. I believe that's Travis O'Connor. Indeed it is. On board with him now. Woo! Vincent with a nice move to the bottom of the racetrack. And, you know, that's just where it's going to start really heating up as these guys go into the back and just, oh, they need to be so careful shooting down like that because that's where your wrecks are going to happen or just misjudgments of that. As at the front of the field, the high side gets the momentum. They're going to go around the leader, Bryson Fitzgerald, or maybe a first leader other than Bryson tonight. Ooh, side draft really strong there, but the high side going to stay momentum. They're going to get a good run on the backstretch here. Bohemus giving a nice bump to Sarton. Back straightaway, it's even 2 by 2 once again. 2 tandems, top, bottom. give the advantage to the 24 at the timing line. But Fitzgerald's going to get the run through the center of the corner. And we'll try to see if that 24 can make a nice charge back to the 8's quarter panel, as he did the lap prior. As they come across the line, Bryson goes up just to slightly get a little of a tap to him, saying, excuse me, not so fast. We're not done yet. As they fling back into turn 2 once again. Everyone's trying to stay calm back there, but this is the front of the... This is where the action is. And look at the 3 of Christopher Carter. Remember, he is a lap down. He is a driver who is not in contention for the lead right now, but he also is contention for a lap back. He's there to get a lap back, and you can't argue that for him. You know, he's liable to do what he wants. So no, can't be angry at Christopher Carter for trying to get his way back into the field here. On board with the 3 car, 3 Bass Pro Shop Chevrolet. As he tries to circumnavigate his way back to the front to get that lap back the old-fashioned way. Here he's having to lift off the throttle just a bit. That's the thing with these Xfinity cars, not like the trucks. The runs, you can kind of lay off the throttle and get back on it. With those trucks, you had to get really out of the throttle. And you had to stay out of it for quite a long time. Off the bank we go once again. We're going to check on the back of the field here. As you see, most of the field is single-filed out. That's Jamin Banks in the 15 car. Back of the field here, just riding. A lot of these guys are just riding. We have a lot of drivers well off the pack. Rob Britting in the 7, Jeff Thompson in the 77. They've fallen off the main draft. Probably something they didn't want to see at the front of the beginning of the race. And the last car in this pack, it looks like, is the 03 of Andrew Burkett. So that is the back end of the field, and that is P25. So 26 cars in this pack. I say 26 because Christopher Carter is in it. So 26 cars make up the main pack at the front of the field. As lap 19 starts to click on here at Daytona. And it's still a 2-car breakaway at the front. Top and bottom, it's still the 8 and the 24, just like it was plenty of laps ago. Take that off because we don't do kilometers here in the United States. Let's take a look at the weather tonight. 21 degrees Celsius. We'll have to change that from now on. But, yeah, partly cloudy skies. And the track just a bit under 80 degrees. So, everyone keeping their incidents down. That's nice. We're not seeing much incidents on the ticker. Go ahead and take a couple lap break here. You're watching the Flying Aces YouTube channel, Earnhardt Xfinity Split, live on WKK3. back here at Daytona, and it's just, you saw it just now, the 24 car almost losing it as one car on the apron. They might just lose it, and indeed they will. Is that going to be a caution flag here? Have to wait and see. Don't see a caution just yet, so we stay green, but whoo, that was interesting enough, as hopefully we can get a replay of this. Ooh, a couple cars around. Looks like Vincent. Got Oliver Cordell there in the 23. That's who's in the 23. And a few more cars on pit lane. This is Vincent. Will he come down to fix repairs? Indeed he will. So, a little bit of a wreck in the back of the field. And unfortunately, that's going to cost some of the time of the drivers back there. But we stay green. As to the front of the field, it is starting to heat up quite nicely. Woo! Single fouled out in tandems as Christopher Carter still trying to work his way back into this one. Everyone just trying to keep their cool now. And, you know, that's going to take out most of the back part of the field. I'm surprised there wasn't a caution for that. Really, really surprised. But alas, that's going to split the field into a couple gaps. You look back here at one of the drivers who were in the Podium 500 not too long ago. It's Matt Coker. You see him there, back of the field. He's up 4 spots from where he started this race. And this is that second pack that formed after that little bit of a melee back in the field. Remember, they do have a stage break coming up at 30, so with that wreck, they're not going to lose too much time to the leaders, as one of those cars, I think the 88 there of, I believe that's Jesse Cottrell, doesn't have a front end. Indeed it is. No front end on that Nationwide Chevrolet. Something he's going to want to hopefully fix under the yellow coming up in just a few laps' time. Back at the front of the field, it's all single file except for a couple cars. Someone blinking at the front as Marcus Adams, I believe. We'll have to wait and see if that's the Marcus Adams I think of, the 31. Might be. We'll have to wait and see who that is at leading the pack. But regardless, Bryson Fitzgerald still your leader in the 8 car as they rock down the back straightaway. Oh, it is Marcus Adams at the front of the field here. So yeah, Marcus Adams, something happened to him. He's lost 25 spots since the start of the green flag, and all that had to do with just that incident there in turn 3 and 4. We're going to go back and take a look at it under caution when we get there, but for now, it is just ridiculous that he's fallen that far back. Did he get a fast repair? Did he come in for a pit stop and had no drafting help? We'll have to wait and see. But for now, Marcus Adams, unfortunately, at the tail end of the field, he's still on the lead lap, but only just here at Daytona. Field now single filed out. No surprise after the calamity there in 3 and 4. No points on the line for the stage, so possibly everyone just lining up, riding to the end of the stage. Would be nice. As the field goes through 3 and 4, going to negotiate around a lap car. We'll see who that is in just a second. That's a 68 car. I believe that's Rob. That's not Rob Britting. That's the problem with some. That's let's see here who that is. That's Chris Webb in the 68. Well, 28, but he's in the 68 when it comes to custom numbers. With some front end damage on that Camaro and rear end, so he'll get that fixed under the caution flag. So on the back straightaway we go once again. 24 car. Cameron Sarton, we've been talking about him much tonight. Well, almost all night we've been talking about him. He's one of the drivers who want to get a second lane going, it looks like, down the back straightaway, but Off turn 4, will he shoot out again? No, he'll stay in line as we come to 2 to go in the stage. And looks like everyone's just biding their time. Just trying to see what they can do later in the race, save their stuff. Bryson looking a little high on Marcus, maybe wanted to get around him as they're approaching some lap cars at the front of the field here. Will that become a problem? We saw it was a problem in the truck race the other night. Took out half the field in one lap with one of the lap cars not holding the line. See the 7, Rob Britting, he'll go to the high side, 77. He'll stay low. He'll go to the high last second. That's what I'm talking about. Stuff like that will wreck a field. Rob Britting in the wall. He'll get it going once again. See him there in the 7 car. But at the front of the field, this is the last lap of stage 1. So everyone trying to get a little antsy now. We know Bryson might not move on Marcus, but who will make a move on Bryson and possibly put Marcus a lap down, which we know Christopher Carter does not want to see, because right now Christopher Carter is the lucky dog. And there he goes to the high side to try to defend that lucky dog. He's like, if you guys pass him, I'm done when it comes to this stage. So, excuse me, pardon me. As off turn 4 we go. I have to wait and see when they throw that competition caution here. Across the line will be Bryson Fitzgerald leading. See when that caution is called. Still green for now. And still single file at the front of the field. Maybe we're waiting for all the lead lap cars to come across the line. Maybe not. And there it is. That is the competition caution. Wait a long time for that one. But the field will start to back it down under caution. As that's lap 32 now on the board. And Bryson Fitzgerald will be your leader. Now we're going to have to go back and take a look at what happened back there. As we knew someone wrecked earlier in this stage. Oh, that was Vincent. It was Vincent that got collected. Ooh, he got checked up. And unfortunately, nowhere that anyone else could go. Let's take a look at it again. Yeah, he gets checked up. Dumped right in front of the field. And oh no, everyone piled in. And yeah, I'm surprised that wasn't a yellow flag. Everyone being a little, not really calling cautions the last couple nights, have we? That's insane. But then he comes down pit road here, and then he comes in for service, probably to get a quick repair and some tires. Indeed, he's got a fresh race car and fresh tires on that 01. So it'll be real interesting to see what happens. Leaders, well, they'll come down pit road here. And get some fuel. Chad Denton there, first stall. Bryson Fitzgerald leading him off. Ooh, battle for supremacy there. Between Behemoths and Kevin Orlando. As the rest of the field comes down, there's Marcus Adams coming in for a pit stop. Was able to stay on the lead lap. As the rest of the field comes off here, we'll put up the standard timing tower for the under the yellow. This will display your top 20. And we'll scroll through the rest of it. All 31 drivers tonight in the field. Be there on the side of the screen. As I knew we had something happen back there, and it's a good thing we went to go take a look at it, because that confused me for the longest time. It's just, how in the world did we get there? Well, we're under caution for the first time tonight, as I believe we got the 1-to-go signal, and I believe we did. Scott Speidel with the penalty, or in pit lane. No, he'll be in pit lane there. Anybody watching tonight, if you got any questions for me in the chat, go ahead and give them to me as we're under caution. Gladly answer them. As this is as much a hangout as it is a commentary. You're here to watch with me. As this is probably going to be one of the better races this weekend. As we're still working under yellow, 34 of 120. Got the 1-to-go signal at the line. So the field is going to double up. And get ready to go back to green. So, stage 2, we got to get to lap 60 now. So we're going to get to halfway before we punch them loose again. Some drivers have already used their quick repair. That's something you don't want to see early in the race. Green flag back in the air. Bryson Fitzgerald wasting no time to get it going. As a view from the blip cam. And that Florida Gator number 8 Camaro on board with Bryson. Looking back at Polhemus. He's a driver who's been up front for most of the Speedweeks. He was up front most of the... Look at that kiss. He's going to give him a bump draft. Boom. A little bit of love tap down the back straightaway. As the top 4 single filed out. Entering turn 3 and 4. Make that top 6, 7, 8. Almost the top 10 single filed out. Is everyone now just riding? As that's Christopher Carter really slow on the high side. And just look how fast these cars pass you. I believe we have word that he might have gone off somewhere. Oh, he did! He wrecked all by himself. Wow. Well, maybe it was that 99 truck. Maybe that got to him. Wow. All by himself. That's something you don't really see at Daytona. Is wrecking all by yourself. That's new to me. I can see you at 1.5 miles for a short track wrecking, but all by yourself, that's impressive. Turn 4, here they come. And most of the field's starting to spread their wings out, try to get single file once again. It's TV1, the spotter cam I call it, really gives a good idea of the field just stringing out. Almost in a freight train formation as they come off turn 2. Down and back straightaway. Polhemus, he's just staying there. He's not moving. He's not just, bumping him. He's just locked on. He's doing what he needs to do. To say there is Rob Britting. I believe is coming off pit lane. Indeed he is. He came in for a stop. Don't know if that was a penalty or what. We're going to have to check that here pretty soon. But that'll be him off the pace for now. See him there on the bottom of the racetrack as they come off too. What a beautiful sunset here at Daytona. Just beautiful sunset. Only one car out of line. I think that might be... Oh dear, who is that? Is that Patrick McQuaid there? No. That's the 30 car. I believe that is... It's Cale Westover. He's all by himself there on the high side. He's got no friends, got no buddies. Up there all by himself. Will he get back in line here? He will. And again, that's the top 9 or so who are now single file. There's Oliver Cordell behind him. So, everyone back to single file. Kind of seen that for the first portion of this race. And now, Stage 2 looks to be no different as they come off Turn 4. They put a little bit of a gap over people behind them. I mean, the second pack is now coming off Turn 4 with Holt Johnson in the lead of that. So they've put a bit of a gap over this second pack, which is not really organized at all, I must say. Here's JW. Back here, just riding back in the 18th spot. Car number 21. He said he was going to ride back here most of the race. Not surprised. He's down 3 spots from the beginning. So he's been back there most of the race. And yeah, the 30 car still on the high side all by himself. He's just trying to roll it. I don't blame him one bit. Everything's calmed down here at Daytona. We're going to take a quick break. You won't miss a thing here on WKK3. back here at Daytona. And, you know, just settling in here. He rode on board with Oliver Cordell there for about a lap. Saw him making moves on the high side of 30. And so move back down to the bottom off turn 4. The 24 car ahead of the field here. He's a danger of going a lap down. That's Cameron Satan. Or Sarton, I'm sorry. Yeah, he's just on the edge of going a lap down. He's got damage on the back end of that thing. That's a driver we've been talking about most of the race. And a real shame that he started to fall off and had damage. Don't know where he got it from. Have to go back and look and see where this might have happened. Trying to see what might have happened. Christopher Carter was off the track once again. I believe that's a couple of times he's been off track. He's off track here. That's the same off track. Woo! A little bit of a. And let's see if this is where it all started for him. Indeed, it is. That's where he lost it. The driver from Ohio gets the launch. That doesn't explain where the 24 car would have got his damage. So, new one to me. That's that's a new one. I don't know where the 24 got his damage, but he does have rear end damage. And right now, that's not good for business there in the Sarton camp. Lap 48. Well, starting lap 47, I'm sorry. Is to come back down towards turn 1 and 2 yet again. Business starting to pick up just a bit again. As we're starting to get darker and darker. Lights about to kick on here at Daytona. As look at that sunset illuminating that back straightaway. Absolutely fantastic. And that's your lead pack. All in one frame there. So everyone's just biding their time. The 30 car, Cale Westover. He's been up there the whole run. Bless his heart. He's been trying to make an outside line or something work. As he'll shoot back down to the inside of the racetrack. Back into line. As I say that, Chad Denton lets him go. Oh dear. What the start of this one, huh? Everything's just calm down. Oh, we got a car. Looked like he was going to hit below the WL line there. Swalhemus was thinking about something. As you look at the far back, one of the far back packs, again, that's led by JW. See their lap time compared to the leaders. A couple tenths off the leader's lap time. They're going to catch and pass the 24 of Sarton through the east side banking. As they come down the line, it's about a 4 or 5. It's about a 5-car little train here. Not enough cars to stay ahead of the pack, but the pack is single filed out, which is dangerous if you're anybody who wanted to stay back and lose the draft. A single file train like this can easily ruin your day because they're going to be lapping a couple tenths quicker than they would be if they're double file. As the lights kick on here at Daytona, we're officially under the lights. So now, do we sit back and go, nighttime is the right time? As we're 10 away from stage 2 coming out. Fitzgerald, steer leader, he's led most of the laps today. If not all the laps today. I don't really think another driver has led a lap. That's how dominant Fitzgerald's been at the front of the field. But like most drivers, you know, you have to be able to get it done when it counts. And can he do that? Can he set up the race for the end of the lap? You know, can he hold on and do what he needs to do and get it done. It's going to be tough. As I believe we have an incident on track. Gonna wait for it to reload here. Here we go. Patrick McQuaid. Ooh! Wow! Big impact there. That's... Wow, we'll have to take a look at that again. Off the banking in turn 4. Oh, what? Just... It's like a tire went down. And just... Ooh. I don't know what happened there. Does he tow it back to pit lane? No, he starts to roll it. Wow. That's real interesting. So go on board with him. I don't know what to say about that. Ooh. That's big impact there to the inside wall. And he'll get it refired and pulled away. Not what you want to see. As he'll get back on the racetrack. Maybe 1 or 2 laps down. To come off turn 4, it's a single file freight train still at the front of the field. 2 packs now distinctively formed. Next pack is led by the 11 of Billy Sigmund. He's back just a few paces from that lead pack. You see him just at the top of your screen there. So go down into turn 1. He'll lead the second train of 3 cars. Not too far off to lose the draft, but they still gotta stay with him. Especially when the stage is not too far away. Everyone just riding here at the front as they're going to get through the lap traffic. Ooh, that's tight. As the lap traffic stays high, leaders go down low. Fitzgerald stays ahead of the field. That's tight quarters, man. When the field just doesn't give you much room to play with. You kind of have to make your own battle sometimes. As, man, oh man. See Bryson Fitzgerald there, and just to see, we put the battle box, cars behind him and cars ahead of him. Cars ahead of him are the ones he's going to be catching soon. So you got another car about 3 seconds up the road. That's Sarton, who unfortunately had that bad luck earlier in the run and did have his back bumper dinged in. And you see Travis O'Connor and Patrick McQuaid are the next drivers under fire from the overall leader. As they'll pass Sarton right on the back straightaway. And you see another driver picked up on the relative, Scott Speidel. So definitely, if you're one of these drivers, you really don't want to see that. If you're these guys. That's only still 5 laps away from stage 2. Pretty calm second stage. Had a couple incidents. This one driver comes down the banking. It looks like that was the 24 car. Everything's kind of evened out. And single filed out. Got a couple drivers out of this one. Looks like Matt Coker's parked it. Involved in a wreck or of some sort. Christopher Carter parked it. He's not out on track. This looks like Jordan Berry parked it. So a couple drivers already out of this one early. Not even halfway here. Lap 60 is the halfway mark. That's the point we're going to try to get to tonight. In case something happened. When it comes to the server-wise, lap 60 is the halfway point. as the field goes down into turn 1. Ooh, Behemoth's trying to make maybe a little gesture that, hey, I want to go, to the driver behind him. Pretty sure Kevin Orlando Jr. is more than willing to get it going. So they roll down into turn 3 and 4 once again. Little recap on this race. It's been pretty calm. Had a couple single car incidents, but nothing too major. The only side-by-side action we've seen tonight was at the beginning of the race, believe it or not, and on restarts. That's how single-filed this race has gotten. And I have a feeling after this stage ends and we go back green once again, it's going to be more of the same until that final few laps. I think a lot of drivers are going to want to stay with the pack this time by. As we come to 2 to go in this stage. Check back at some drivers. Got Holt Johnson back here. He's a driver we haven't talked about much tonight. He's up 12 spots from where he started. Remember, these are points-paying races for the Speedweeks championship. So every position does count. So come off 4. Just everybody doing what they need to do. This is the 2-car by 2-car. The only side-by-side action really on the racetrack is these two. Back behind this, you have another breakaway pack. This is behind the leaders. It's JW, Richard, Jeff, and Vincent Gucci. Vincent Gucci's off this. Never mind. Got Rob Britting in the back of this. That's right. Stay with me here. It's some of these drivers with their numbers not corresponding. It's kind of hard to keep up with sometimes. As Gucci's just behind that pack, leading that pack just behind them there in the shot. That 3-car pack behind that, that's led by the 01 of Gucci. You see him here. That's the driver who was involved in a single-car incident that turned into a multi-car incident earlier in the race. And the driver of the Army 01 is mired back in 19th position. As the field works through 3 and 4, not too far behind these guys, so this stage break's going to come very neededly. As Behemoth looks to the outside, coming to the line. Can he get the run? He will get the run. But Fitzgerald's going to hold him off, but we have to wait for the caution to come out. So this is a battle for the lead going towards the stage break. Behemoth's outside, Fitzgerald inside. First time we've actually started to raise the voice up here. As Behemoth starts to fall back to 3rd, 4th, maybe even 5th by the end of turn 2. Down the back straightaway they go, waiting for that competition caution to come. Will there be a move from Kevin Orlando? No, he'll give a nice tandem draft to Fitzgerald. Down the back straightaway is the tandem on the high sides, led by Behemoth. And I believe GT Park. So off turn 4 they come, waiting for that stage break to come. And there it is, stage break number 2. As Fitzgerald will come across the line to show our hand once again and put us under the yellow flag. So, 2 yellow flags tonight, and, well, 2 of them have been for the stages. Starting to see a trend here that if you wreck on track, well, sorry. Woo! Kevin Orlando almost gets in the back of Bryson as the field checks up for the pace car. And everybody getting back down the pace speed. I want to thank the Flying Aces once again for letting me do this tonight. They don't really like people broadcasting their races much, but this one was just too good not to broadcast. The lineup that's in this race, yeah, This is one you had to see for yourself. And so far, I hope I'm giving you the best coverage I can give you. A lot of people like the MRN broadcast, but let's be real, by myself, an MRN style broadcast for a whole race, yeah, that's gonna get to you after a good bit. The field works their way down pit lane. And oh man, look at that timing tower just go to work as everyone comes down the pit lane. Got to be 4 tires and fuel for most of these guys. Bryson Fitzgerald leads the race off. Kevin Orlando Jr. Chad Dent will get third. Kale Westover, Oliver Cordell. That's your top 5. Is everyone else slowly rolling away? I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be right back here at Daytona. Bryson Fitzgerald, your leader. Back here at Daytona, Fitzgerald's still your leader, followed by Kevin Orlando Jr., so he'll be up in the second place. Everyone's just going to be trying to bide their time. Certainly, I'll be biding my time up here. This race has been pretty single file fest, if you want to ask me. And hopefully that changes here as we're going to be coming to the second green flag of the night, second restart of the night. Bryson Fitzgerald's going to be your control car. He'll get down into the Geico restart zone, and he'll hit the green. Green flag back in the air, lap 64 of 120. Off turn 4 to come to the line, Kevin Orlando Jr. is going to challenge for the lead over Bryson Fitzgerald. First time we've been able to see that tonight. As they come down towards turn 1 in the west side, banking once again. It's a two-card tandem on the high side of the racetrack, two-card tandem on the bottom. As they roll off turn 2, the first time we've seen two cars trying to make the high side work since about lap, I don't know, 22. It's been a while if you've been tuned in the whole race with us. It's Chad Denton, nice little draft with Bryson Fitzgerald to turn 3. That's going to put Bryson just out front for now. Kevin Orlando Jr., GT Park on the high side. That is a potent duo. And a potent duo who could win this race more than likely. If they get control of the field, which right now they're trying to do over Bryson Fitzgerald, but Bryson's still fighting hard with Chad Denton on the bottom. Now here comes the 61 of Joey Kennedy Jr. and Marcus Adams now enter the fray. So the high side's starting to get reorganized. And the first time we've seen two trains of two since about lap 12. One car about on the racetrack down the back straightaway. He'll drop to the back of the field. That's Cameron Banks in the 15. He'll fall back as Kevin Orlando Jr., new leader. First time we said that tonight. As they roar through the east side banking once again. It's going to be Kevin Orlando Jr. going to bring him down. And he'll lead this lap once again. As they roar down into turn 1. This is new to me. Everyone is kind of like, well, Bryson's falling out of the lead. That's impressive. Well, Kevin Orlando Jr. doing what he does best is Bryson now using the tandem down the inside, looking for a little bit of a room, but Kevin shuts the door once again. It's 2x2 into turn 3. Top side not as organized as they were a lap or so ago, but got about 6, 7, 8 cars on the high side as now everyone back behind that single file is out. And here we go. Now back to the lead. It's going to be GT Park. Will he get clear of Kevin Orlando? Ooh, not quite. Marcus Adams thought about going to the high side of the racetrack to cause a 3-wide move, but backed out of it last second. So they're rocking down the back straightaway. Whole field now staying together. And there's a wreck. It's going to be a big one. And let's be real, you're here for that. Don't lie to me. You're here for a big wreck. And you might just get it. Orlando Jr. by Bryson Fitzgerald. That's your top 2. As they roar off the banking back towards the tri-oval once again. Put another lap down. Car to the high side of the racetrack is Chad Denton. He'll move to the high side. He'll try to lead that outside train. And this is going to be big for the outside if they can get it. That's left the gap open on the inside. It's going to let them reorganize and possibly let that high side get more organized than they already were. But Marcus Adams is really just going to ruin the run that the high side even had, as maybe he's getting hot and trying to get out for some clean air. But like I said, that's going to ruin the momentum of the high side. As Chad Denton tries to fight for second place, Kevin Orlando's going to keep his own at the front. And they're going to mire for 2x2 behind him. But the run Chad Denton got on the high side off turn 4 is going to barely put him in the lead at the line. And indeed, they gave it to Chad Denton, so just by an inch, Chad Denton got that lap. Ooh, as we're wrecking behind. Possibly? No, we're going to stay green. Someone got in the wall and fell back. Don't know who that was. But you saw it just like I did. Someone clipped that wall. Don't know exactly who it might have been. But we stayed green at the front of the field. Still 2x2 up here. Everyone's trying to, keep their P's and Q's. Ooh, JW almost got put 3 wide there. As they roar through 1 and 2 once again. like I said, business. Oh yeah. Business has picked up here at Daytona. No surprise about it. As one car drops to the back, I believe that was the 11 of Billy Sigmund. He'll drop to the back of the pack. Get out of the hornet's nest, as they say. As we still have a pit stop to go, so even though the race is heated up, the race is not over by any long shot. Lap 73 now. Going to be clicked. So rocket back into turn 1 of the banking. Now this is the dangerous part of the race, is these little bit of bump drafts you get. These bump drafts, they could ruin your night real quick if you're not careful. So we go to the spotter cam on top of the tower on the front straightaway. You see Chad Denton with that nice push. He'll get the lead. And possibly even GT Park will get by. Indeed he will. So 2 new drivers at the front of the field. And that's put Bryson Fitzgerald back even further into this hornet's nest as they roar off the banking of turn 4. The whole pack basically still together, separated by about 2.6 seconds. So everyone's still here, and that's the whole lot of the lead lap cars. Indeed it is. Holt Johnson back of this fray. He's the last driver on the lead lap, and he's at the back of this pack. So everyone on the lead lap is indeed at the front of the field. Ooh, GT Park just clips the apron in 3 and 4. That could have been real dangerous real quick. But he keeps it together. And now we're starting to see new players at the front of the field we have not seen at all tonight. Gordon Quatey, J.W. Sawyers, Patrick McQuaid, Vincent Gucci, James Cato. We haven't talked about them at all tonight. But yet they're at the front of the field now in this main pack, trying to get the job done. For those just joining us, working lap 75 of 120 here at Daytona, covering the Flying Aces YouTube Xfinity Earnhardt split. You see at the top of the screen there. Ooh, a little bump draft gone wrong. JW had to back out of it. The 12 car had to back out of it too. Gordon Quate has to back out, and that's going to drop the top side of the racetrack down to barely almost no momentum. As the bottom side will get going, Bryson moves up. So does GT Park. So does Joey Kennedy. They're going to go right around Chad Denton. He wasn't even ready for that. Couldn't even attack it. Couldn't even defend it. But GT Park to the lead for the first time tonight. Bryson Fitzgerald down to the bottom of the racetrack behind him. Business really starting to heat up now. Some dicey moves. That last lap. Some say a little too dicey. I'm almost imagining that. As your top, I don't know, 15 are in this pack right here at the front of the field. So a lot of heavy hitters. If stuff goes wrong, stuff will go wrong very quickly and unfortunately very wrecky. Wrecky? Yeah, wrecky, that's fine. Regardless, Kevin Orlando Jr., your leader, as Robert Britton will come off pit road there on the bottom of the racetrack. That number 7 truck has been mired with problems all night. As you see, the whole field still technically in the field together. 24 car drops down to the apron back there. Remember, he had that rear end damage from earlier. Still don't know where he got it from. So I don't know. Maybe he got checked up on a restart somewhere, but he did have that rear end damage. As maybe he'll come back down pit road here. I have to find him on my scoring monitor. There he is, Cameron Sarton. There he is. Does he still have that damage? No, he's got it fixed, but he's just... It looks like he's just hanging back. Biding his time, if you will. Which might not be a bad move. Especially how they're racing up front. I'd be doing the same thing if that was him. but unfortunately he's still one lap down to the leaders. It's battle at the front of the field. Kevin Orlando shut the door on Polhemus, and that moves down in front of GT Park. As we're coming to complete lap 78, lap 79 now starting. And the field still 2x2. And how about JW? He's up to 4th place. As Rob Britting now back off pit road yet again. So troubles continue for the 7 car tonight. Yes, this is a good run for JW. We talked about, you know, he was very bad luck when it comes to Daytona. Well, bad luck in general. Had bad luck in the truck race the other night. And right now he's doing pretty good, running P5. Probably be about P6 at the line. He'll be P4 as they come across the stripe. So, really good run for JW right now, albeit still plenty of racing to go. So they rocket out of the banking in turn 2. Everyone's still dancing side to side. The air really gets you dancing in these Xfinity cars. Not as bad as the trucks, but man, if you just make one wrong sway left and right, that could really end up being bad for the drivers around you, as that will cause the big one, which nobody wants to see right now, because I'm pretty sure a lot of these drivers in this lead pack have already used their quick repair, which, if you wreck right now, it's a big uh-oh. Kevin Orlando Jr., GT Park, Barrett Polhemus, Bryson Fitzgerald, J.W. Sawyer's your top 5. We're going to take a quick break. You won't miss a thing. And we'll be right back here on WKK3. And we're back, as Rob Britting now back in the pits once again. as you'll see the field come by you. Oh, you know, just at an easy 185 miles an hour. Let's take a look at the pit lane cam at speed. That's beautiful. So under, well, would be a really commercial break. Just had some onboard cameras for you. Ooh! Ooh, little dicey at the front of the field as Bryson Fitzgerald blocks Behemoth again. I don't think Behemoth really like that very much. But they rock it down to the turn 3 yet again. We're on board with a couple drivers there under green. You saw you were on board with J.W. Sawyers, Marcus Adams, Vince Iguchi. Some of the drivers we've been on board with tonight. We were also on board with Bryson Fitzgerald when he moved to the high side of the racetrack, which he's still there. He's trying to battle for the lead now. But strictly stock motorsports driver wasting no time is Kevin Orlando Jr. Keep it down. Came up in turn 1 and 2, almost took out Bryson Fitzgerald and Behemoth. But fortunately, driver in the back of the field there. Ooh, someone's not getting by cars very well. And we also saw Keith Smalley on the apron there on the tri-oval one of those laps. I think it was on board with Vincent. We saw the 2-car hit the bottom of the racetrack. He was able to save it and bring it back up. But whoever's in that Monster Energy car, man, woo. Across the line, lap 87 in the books. Still waiting on pit stops to come around. And like we saw since the end of that last restart, everything's picked up. I mean, everything's picked up. Everyone's at the front of the field now. If you're riding in the back of the field, that's gone. Everyone's up here now. Everyone's battling. And we've seen like 6 or 5 drivers in this pack alone be very aggressive. We've seen Fitzgerald be aggressive, Orlando being aggressive, Behemoth being aggressive. And you've seen some drivers not being aggressive, like Marcus Adams. He's just riding here, trying to keep the car alive. But unfortunately, the drivers who are being aggressive in this pack are not helping very much. As they come across the line, car on the apron there. Just for a second, there's Chad Denton. He dipped his tires below the double yellow line. No harm, no foul. You can't pass down there, but you can ride on it, if you wish, on the back straightaway. You just can't go down there to advance your position. As you see him doing down there now. Just getting a bit of air to the front radiator, I'm almost guessing. As like I said before in the broadcast, these cars do get hot as Chris Webb makes it 3 wide in the making of 3 and 4. Remember, there's a lap car, the 2 car in the middle there. Let's come off turn 4. Not something you're gonna want to see next to you is 3 wide. And look at that 68 car go! He's a lap down car. He's trying to get it done on the high side by himself. He's like, I'm gonna get my lap back. Hell or high water here. As they come off turn 2. Jiminy crickets. And he's still 3 wide. Will he get back to 2? Oh, there's a blink in the middle of that 3 wide. That's dangerous. He's still blinking. And he's wrecking. Oh, my goodness gracious. How do they keep it off? Oh, they won't. Marcus Adams around. He'll be on the apron. That's going to be no caution. That's still going to be green. He was on the apron of the racetrack. iRacing's been very, very neutral with that this week. They've not been calling many cautions there. I don't know why it's taking a sweet time. Oh, yeah, he hit that a ton. And you see right there, just nowhere for Marcus to go. We saw it there off turn 4. He just got clipped. And he'd get it spun around right on the racetrack. I'm surprised that didn't bring out a yellow. Will he come down pit road? No, he'll keep it on the racetrack. But he'll be well off the pace, surely, after hitting the front end of that Ford Mustang on the inside barrier. That's spread out the field just a bit. Kind of calmed things down almost. We want to be honest. But it hasn't calmed off the top of the field. Joey Kennedy Sr. on the high side of the racetrack. He'll lead that top lane down the back straightaway. Followed by Chad Denton and Chris Webb. So Chris Webb, even though he's a lap down, like we said before, he's going to try to get that lap back the hard way. So they rocket through the banking in 3 and 4. Behemoths up front. This Gordon Cueta's wrecked somewhere on the racetrack. He's that 12 car. Oh, he's coming off the pits. Oh, man. Just gets it wrong. And it loops it around for the driver of the number 12 Hooters Camaro. And he'll pull back right up onto the racetrack. And he'll get it back going. It's down the back straightaway we go again. Ooh, big checkup inside line there. That's going to give the advantage to the high side. Here comes Joey Kennedy Sr. into turn 3 and 4. He'll get the run on the high side of the racetrack. As you see a little pack behind that starting to form. Oh, he'll get a massive run. He'll be there at the line. Or just past it. Can he clear before turn 1? I'll have to wait and see. Yes, he will. Barely. Don't come down. Oh, Joey. Playing with fire, buddy. Playing with fire. But he knows he's playing with fire. As they're going to try to make it through. They're going to force 3 wide. Second place. Joey Kennedy in a sucker hole. Clowns to the left of me, Jokers to the right. But here I am. Stuck in the middle with you. And oh dear, Joey, keep it straight, buddy. Oh, good heavens. They go back to double file. GT Park gave him a big break. Car hitting pit lane. It's Patrick McQuaid. So come down pit road. Is this a scheduled stop? If so, this is early and without any friends for that 18. They're still in the lead lap, so this is interesting to say the least. So they rocket down the back straightaway into turn 3 and 4. So here we go once again. Going to be clicking off lap 94, starting lap 95 here at Daytona. Inside line keeping their P's and Q's. Outside line trying to do whatever they can to keep in touch with that bottom side. See Chris Webb, he's that second car in line, pushing the 88 of, I believe, who is that 88 tonight? We said it earlier. Ooh, it's the 18 car! Oh, dear God. Oh, my. He was going to wreck the field. They are going to wreck Vincent on the wall. That's going to be a caution. That's going to be a caution. As you see it right there behind him. Let's go live, and caution is out. And that is a huge chunk of the field. Huge chunk. Behemoths is going to be your leader, but wow, a lot of drivers involved in that one. And I mean, where to begin? Quay to the high side of the racetrack. Oh, you know what? I don't think we can blame that fully on the 18. But, good heavens. That, he didn't help it. Oh, Vincent got checked up, too. Didn't help. And that's just where it all started there. Wow, look at Travis O'Connor get airborne there. That's impressive. That's going to take out a good bunch of cars. You see them all stuck there on the inside of the racetrack. go on board with Patrick. So he's just minding his business, and the 2-car gets checked up and tapped, and there it goes. Try to keep it going. But let's look at the carnage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, Chad Denton involved in that. I didn't see that earlier. On board with Travis O'Connor. Oh, dear. Oh, yeah. He was the one that got airborne. You saw him just get light up. He'll try to get it going. I think he got beached on the banking. Oh, and he got smacked into it again. So that's what's put us under yellow flag at Daytona. It's Patrick McQuaid. I think, no, he's already used his quick repair, so pretty much full of damage there, that 18. As pit stops are already done, Bryson Fitzgerald will lead them off. And we'll come back around and get the one to go. We'll take a quick break here at Daytona. We'll be right back here. Back here at Daytona, 1 to go signal on the pace car. We're going to be going back to green here. We'll start yet again. Oh dear. 23 laps to go here at Daytona. Pace car in, green flag back in the air. Bryson Fitzgerald wasting no time getting up through the gears as the battle for second rages on. Behemoths, Kennedy's, not Kennedy, hasn't updated. That's Joey Kennedy on the high side of the racetrack as they rock down to the turn 1. See what kind of run Joey Kennedy can get with GT Park on his bumper in the Nerf Camaro. Can he do anything? He'll get a run down the back straightaway, and I think he'll be there. I think he'll be there, if not clear. I know a camera angle that will show us that. He'll be even with Bryson Fitzgerald down the back straightaway, but Bryson's going to get the run in turn 3. And that high side's going to fall off just a bit. He needs a bit more help behind him to get that done. Behemoths behind Fitzgerald. That's something we've seen all night tonight. And something we're seeing yet again as they rocket off turn 4. Coming to the line, 21 laps to go. And that high side has had no real emergence here on this last restart. Everyone's kind of fallen off. We'll see what JW can do here with Joey Kennedy Sr. So they go down the back straightaway. That top three, that's been the powerhouse three tonight. If you've been watching the whole race, Fitzgerald, Plahimus, Orlando. I'm sorry. Those have been the top three who have been really showing. I'll throw GT Park in there too. Those have been the three drivers that have really stuck their necks out of the shell tonight and said, you know what, we've come to play. This driver on pit lane, that's Jeff Thompson. So they loop back yet again. And no surprise that high side still trying to get something going. As they come off turn 2. That's your battle for first place. That's about the first couple rows. Bottom right of your screen. Everyone up front has made 3 stops tonight. As Orlando gets the jump over Bryson Fitzgerald. So move Kevin Orlando Jr. to the point, but only for a second. Bryson Fitzgerald will get the point yet again as they come off turn 2. And just like that, it's just a back and forth brawl at the front of the field of supremacy. Everyone's still... this is pretty calm 2x2 racing, I'm not going to lie. It's been pretty tame. As Oliver Cordell, first time we talked about him since early in this race, jumps down to the bottom of the racetrack once again. Through 1 to 2 yet again. This is interesting. This is interesting. And, this is one of those things where, if you're in this pack, you're in this Hornets nest, you're saying, oh, for the love of God, can we just not do this right now? Oh, man. I'm poor JW. I bet you he's sitting there going, uh-oh. Which I know if you're watching him over there on the Flying Aces channel, you know exactly what he's probably saying right now, but he's in the middle of this Hornet's nest. He's got Joey Kennedy ahead of him. And he's got Oliver Cordell. He's got the 03 of Andrew Burkett below him. Now I'll have Scott Spidle below him. So a lot of the heavy hitters starting to make their presence known, as that's going to be 3 wide ahead of him. Now back to 2. I'm going to stay on board with JW for just a quick second. Ooh, big checkup ahead of him. As we're going to be catching 2 lap cars. Where will they go? That's the big yikes moment we need to worry about. As the field rockets through the tri-oval yet again. You'll see him at the top of the screen. That's the 11 car and somebody else. Field's 2x2 coming through, 1 and 2. They're going to catch these lap cars on the back straightaway. If they're smart, they're going to hit the deck and not be in the way. And that's what they're going to do. As they're going to go 3 wide for 4th. JW high side, Joey Kennedy middle. Ooh, dear. Ooh, they're going to wreck GT Park around, and they're going to... Oof. And the yellow's out once again. And again, that's a big pileup in 3 and 4. It's got Spidle involved in that one. And with 15 laps to go, the caution comes out yet again here at Daytona. Whew. Oh, that all started with... You know, that that's juicy. On board Scott here. GT got a punt there from Birdkit, and just sent GT across the racetrack right in front of the field. And I don't think there was anywhere Scott could have gone. We'll go on board with him one more time. Oh, well, maybe not. But yeah, it's one of those things. Here, we'll go back a bit further here. Yeah, you see Birdkit gets in the GT. GT comes back around, and yeah, it's just calamity after that. Cordell involved. Oh, Cordell with some hard hits. Gucci involved. There's a 12 car involved as well. That's a good part of this front pack that was involved in this one. And like I said, it's going to put us under the yellow flag. Oh, once again. Here at Daytona. Woo! I'll tell you what. Just, we're getting down to the nitty-gritty, and this is starting to get real interesting real quick. And, we're looking at the stint lengths for these top 8. Not like it matters here at Daytona, but, if we get enough green, white checkers, who knows? It's only been about 10 laps since they've been on pit lane. So not too long. Whew. We'll see what drivers have quick repairs left and what drivers don't, unfortunately. I should put our track map up on the board for the first time tonight. And we got plenty of time to get it done, plenty of time to figure it out. Who's going to get it done tonight? Everyone stayed out. See the 14, the 15, a lot of those cars coming off pit road now. They're going to be going through the east side banking, or west side banking, I'm sorry, onto the back straightaway. A couple drivers coming off pit road now. They're going to get the 1 to go signal. So this is going to be, well, interesting. Where do you hide? If you're one of these guys, where do you hide? You can't. For these lap down guys, I'm sorry. Where do you hide? There's nowhere to hide. It's gonna get interesting real quick. Well, here we go. Racked him up. We're going to double him up again. We're going to go back green again. Here at Daytona, 13 laps to go. You know what that means. It means it's time for business to pick up. It's time to get that punch card, punch it. Because if you still have a quick repair or you still have a clean car, tell you what, your workday just started. Green flag back in the air. Bryson Fitzgerald takes the jump. And we're back underway here at Daytona. A couple drivers involved in that wreck that still are in this pack. Vincent Gucci, he still has front end damage, but he's in that 01 car. He's somewhat in this pack. It might not be up the full song. as they go through turn 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway yet again. Across the line they go. JW moves to the high side of the racetrack. Battle box is on the bottom. As JW now goes to the high side, followed by Marcus Adams. First time we've seen JW at the front of the field actually leading a train. CV has enough horsepower to get around on the top side of the racetrack and battle these two dominant cars on the bottom of Bryson Fitzgerald and Kevin Orlando Jr. Down the back straightaway, will he get even? He will get even. He'll actually punch out just a bit ahead. The tandem on the high side, JW and Marcus Adams, working very well right now, with Bohemus behind that. That's your top three on the high side of the racetrack as they come off turn 4. We'll be coming down to start 10 laps to go here at Daytona. And like I said before, those punch cards, they've been punched. Now your day of working begins. Who has what they have and who has what they don't? Who's used their quick repair and who hasn't? I think that's the big question as JW comes down in front of Bryson. Bryson going to get to the back bumper now. A little bit of movement from Bohemus on the back bumper of Adams at the front of the field. Fitzgerald on the back bumper of Sawyers. As they roll down into turn 3 once again at the banking. Still nose to stern. Top side of the racetrack. We'll be coming down to 9 laps to go. Amazingly, the front pack here is still up to speed. Not the full song. As some drivers have fallen off the back. And how about Vincent in that 01 car? I mean, he's got damage all over the joint. And somehow, he's still in this. He's still there. And he's still got a card to play in this fight. The 12-year-old from New Jersey. Yes, I said 12-year-old. Yeah. I guess you can start him young nowadays, I guess. 12 years old. You know what I was doing at 12 years old? I don't know. I don't know what I was doing at 12 years old. You think you remember what I did yesterday? Come on. Well, we were looking at Vincent there back in the field. Marcus Adams actually got to the front of the field. And Bohemus is going to get a run on the high side from the 88, Jesse Cottrell. So Cottrell, some say the Godfather, is going to get a run on the high side of the racetrack. And he'll clear that. Will the top 3 clear that? No way. Ooh, but the lap car's not going to make it easy. Ooh, Bohemus dropped down. I thought GT Park was going to get clear. That was going to be very impressive. If 3 cars could have gotten by the leader on the bottom, that would have been just spicy. As now a tandem at the front is Cottrell and Park, high side of the racetrack. Cottrell drops down low, thought about blocking Park's run, but Park will still get the advantage going into turn 1. Still side by side at the front of the field. Bohemus on the back bumper of Cottrell. Now here's where the bumper grabbing is going to get very interesting very quickly. Don't you bumper hang. That's what's going to wreck half this field here. Down the back straightaway they go. Ooh! Park almost got spun. Park almost got spun again by Kennedy. Kennedy wasting no time to get to that quarter panel of Park. And that's what I'm talking about. That bumper grab will wreck you if you're not careful. And now the top 4 on the bottom side of the racetrack have broken just away from that double file. GT Park now shoots down to the bottom. That's 3 wide. Fitzgerald, Kennedy, and Andrew Burkett. They go back to 2 wide. And now it's a 5-car, single-car freight train at the front of the field. 6 laps to go at Daytona. Holy Toledo. And we're still not done. And most of the field that's wrecked has fallen off the back of this. So this is it. This is your field. This is your back. truck that's going to win this race. As they roll into turn 3, JW moves to the high side. He's going to get the block onto Kennedy. Kennedy's going to stick with him. Lap car ahead of him. Oh, Kennedy got dumped! Sawyer's got dumped! And Kennedy with the... And the caution's back out, and Kennedy just hooked him again. He's been all over the back bumper of everyone tonight. And unfortunately, it's collected JW in turn 3. Kennedy to the high side. Oh, yeah, just grabbed his bumper. I mean, I don't know what else to say there. You see Kennedy to the high side here. Oh, he just, yeah. And I mean, what a hit for JW going over once, twice. And just unfortunate. So go on board with JW here and just listen. What a ride for JW. Has no front end clip on that car. Trying to get around to pit lane. Wow. So, right away, that changes the game just a bit. Just a bit. Some heavy hitters taken out in that one. You see the drivers there on the left side. Who's in pit lane, who's not. A lot of drivers now out. One driver blew his engine. Chris Webb, Patrick McQuaid, Keith Smalley, Cameron Sarton, Chad Denton, Travis O'Connor, Rob Britting, Jordan Berry, Christopher Carter, and Matthew Coker are all the drivers who have parked it tonight at Daytona. What an unfortunate way to end this one. My, oh my, oh my. Well, with that, I'll take our final break, hopefully. We'll be right back at Daytona. Back here at Daytona, 3 laps to go. It's going to be a green, white, checker to finish this one off. And should I say who we haven't seen up front tonight? I mean, good Lord Almighty, Jesse Cottrell is your leader. I don't think we're done with cautions, but I think we're going to be going back to green. Green flag in the air, and the high side did not get a good restart. Bohema's caught sleeping. That's going to let the top 3 get away. Cottrell, followed by Adams and Fitzgerald. They're going to break away from Bohemus, who, I mean, was just caught napping. Oh, my goodness. And they're going to come off turn 2, single file. Oh, dear. Down the back straight they go. Here comes Fitzgerald. He's going to get a run. Adams gets bumped down low. 2 by 2 for second place. As Cordell now back in it. GT Park in the shot. Can some of the drivers behind that still get in there? Vincent leading that second pack charge. We're going to come to the white flag, and we're going to start the last lap. White flag in the air, the FEGPC.net white flag. And this is going to be it. Final lap at Daytona. Cottrell in the lead. Adams second. Fitzgerald third. Park fourth. Will they make it back to the line? In the banking, east side banking 1 and 2 once again. West side banking 1 and 2 1 again. Off turn 2, Park goes up the block. Fitzgerald the high side. Does Adams make the move? He's going to have to make it now because here comes the high side with the run. Cottrell in the lead. Adams in second. Fitzgerald with the run on the high side. When will the move be made? Into banking 3 and 4. East side for the final time. Fitzgerald up high. Does Adams make the move now? No, he will not. Coming to the line, they're wrecking behind him big time. Jesse Cottrell wins at Daytona. And the driver of the 88 will get it done at Daytona here in the Earnhardt split. As they wrecked coming to the line. And, oh boy, Cottrell, or Cordell, I'm sorry, spun into the pit lane, missing the biggest of the wrecks. Oh, oh dear heavens. We gotta watch that again. Oh dear heavens. He got launched. Cost the racetrack. Boom! Oh dear heavens. Oh, let's take a look what else happened here. Park got shoved. Oh, Fuji with a hard hit. Oh. See Joey Kennedy get spun down on the pit lane. He'll finish the race. Oh, a lot of big wrecks here. Oh, here's the big wreck. But I think the biggest casualty tonight was Oliver Cordell. I mean, sent to the moon one last time. NASA style. Oh, up into the catch fence. That's going to be his night done from Daytona. And Jesse Cottrell burning it down here on the front straightaway. There you go. There's your burnouts there. Which, I mean, you can't really hate on, can you? Oh, dear. So you try to put up the results here for you. Don't think it's going to put up. Indeed, it will put up the results. Here's the results tonight. Jesse Cottrell getting the job done Marcus Adams finishing second, Bryson Fitzgerald third. Wow. What a way to end this one. Amazing job to everyone in this field, wrecked or not. I had fun doing it. I haven't done a full race broadcast in a long, long time. And it was fantastic. And just what a way to finish this one off here at Daytona. Thank you for joining me here on WKK3. Hope you had a great time, great night, and we'll leave you once again with Oliver Cordell getting launched.